Yo, what's good? What's good? Welcome, Grim. First one in the building. Appreciate you always being the first one, man. Appreciate you. Um, so we all know about the devastating shellacking that went on Sunday. A lot of mistakes, man. A lot of mistakes. We're gonna break down some film. We're gonna go over it. We're gonna look at it. But you know, we all know the history. We all seen. The offensive line struggle. Gino, some say, was running for his life. I didn't see him running too much, but we get the point, right? The offensive line didn't hold their blocks long enough for a lot of things to develop and to happen. I talked about it earlier. I think there needs to be a little bit, more shorter routes on some of these plays, or at least have the running back, chip and then go out, or the tight ends or something. Somebody, you need a security blanket for Geno Smith, right? When you're constantly getting pressure with only rushing four guys, major problem. Can y'all hear me? I didn't ask that first. It's been a while since I've been on the computer. Can y'all hear me? Um, did I see the 95-yard punt return? Nah, I missed that play. Yeah, man, I seen it. I seen it. Seattle looks good. Um, your quarterback looks good. Can y'all hear me? Let me make sure. I'm gonna sit here. All right. Probably should have started out like that. What's good? What's good? I'm your host of Raiders Rebel, host of Raiders Unleashed. Hit that like button if you like this content. If you don't like the content, hit the thumbs down. Let me know how you feel in the comments when this video is over. All right. With that being said, um, there was some ugliness, but there was some good signs. Um, our offense, scoring wise, I think we're up there in the NFL. A lot of the points came, in some want to say garbage time. They stopped blitzing, right? They stopped rushing as much. They weren't getting as much pressure with four. Was our offensive line getting better as time went on? You know, that's left to be seen. And hopefully, we will have JPJ back. Not guaranteeing anything, right? Because he was healthy last week and he did not play. So there's a possibility that they still decide to go with Kappa. We're gonna break down some stats. I'll show y'all some stats, some numbers. Um, what happened? Left my ass with the sound. Yeah, man, I had to make sure because I didn't want everybody to start yelling at me in the chat when I can't hear y'all. It's annoying as hell. Um, phone starts ringing off the hook. But we did have some bright spots, like I was saying. Uh, numbers for Ashton Genty, man. Let's just get into that. Numbers for Ashton Genty are the craziest stats that I've ever seen in my life. Now we know, at least we should have known, and most of you people know, most of the fans know, the Raiders' run blocking was horrible, right? We were worst in the NFL last year in every category, or second or third to worst in every category. And it wasn't just the running backs, right? We got a little bit of bright spot from Sincere McCormick for a game. We had, a 100-yard game from Amir Abdullah. Speaking of Amir Abdullah, man, what is he doing nowadays? Didn't he get hurt for the season? I kind of wish we would have kept that Amir Abdullah, man. What, $3 million? We're paying Raheem Mostert $5 million, and yes, I'm just gonna ramble away. We're paying Raheem Mostert to be inactive and be a coach in the locker room. 5 mil. I think Amir Abdullah would have definitely helped. I think would have helped Ashton Genty a lot more, right? Um, but Ashton Genty, man, his numbers show that he has 145 yards with 146 after contact. Now I don't know how that works, but they listed it as 101%. So, um, with that being said, man, fullback. There we go. It's 2 hours from my birthday. Happy birthday, Grim. Hope you have a blessed day, and all your wishes come true when you blow out your candles. Um, Fullback, we'll get to that here in a minute. But with that being said, man, is you know is it time to possibly, and I know there's nobody in free agency, right? Because they're free agents for a reason. Guys got cut for a reason. You might be able to take a chance and pull somebody in that was released that's sitting at home, but more than likely they're not going to be any better than what we got. They're not going to have continuity. um, you can only run, I believe, 15, 14. I don't know the exact number, but I believe it's 14 padded practices during a 17 game, an 18 game season, including the bye, however you want to put it. It's so you got 4 games where you got to decide: are we going to have padded practices, week 1, week 2, and week 3, or are we going to have a padded practice, week 1, and then week 2, week 3, week 4, not really use them unless we have to, break it down. So bringing in somebody new, or bring even, maybe somebody off the practice squad like a Dalton Wagner that I think would play right guard better than anybody we have on this roster. And yes, I'm biased because I'm Arkansas Razorback fan, but man, I've seen the kid, the young man. I guess he's not too young, but I've seen Dalton Wagner, with this 6'8", 6'8", 325, 30 pounds, whatever he is nowadays. He had a problem at the tackle position, and he still has a problem at the tackle position. Is why he's still on the practice squad with moving his feet. But at the guard, at a guard position, you got guys on both sides of you. You're not isolated one on one with speed, which is his problem. He has no problem with guys, trying to long arm him because his arms are longer than everybody else's. At 7'8", you're a monster out there. So, if you're gonna make changes, it would be nice in practice to just see possibly, which I thought they would have did in camp, right? But obviously they did not. We seen Dalton Wagner out there in the preseason. He was playing basically behind. Who was he playing behind? Oh, he was third string right tackle. So behind Thayer Munford, who is no longer on the team. But Dalton Wagner is a guy that is a monster in the run game. And if you don't believe me and you think I'm biased, go back, click on tape, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, of my guy at Arkansas. When it came to the run game, there was a reason. Um, Rocket Sanders is in the NFL right now. A lot of that reason is Dalton Wagner. The man is a road grader. He gets out, he gets to the next level. Um, he's not that slow, and he's got big strides, man. He's 6'8", so once he gets a step and gets out there, he's gonna demolish people, and he loves, it shows on film at Arkansas. He loved getting out in front and clearing lanes for the running back, which when you have a guy like Ashton Genty, you don't always need the best pass blocker, right? If we're gonna run the ball, if we're gonna get play action going, any of that going, you have to run the ball. And the way to do that is to get guys that are big, strong, and that can move bodies, because we're not moving bodies, right? We're not getting to the next level uh, at all, right? We're not moving anybody. We're actually getting pushed back on every single snap when it comes to rundowns. I talked about it earlier. If it's a rushing down, I don't know how they know every time we're running the ball, but it seems like, I've seen a lot of 8 and 7 man fronts, and then they dropped everybody back and just rushed 4. But when it was a rundown, they weren't dropping everybody. Like, they were coming. They knew it was a run. And like I said, something's giving that away, and we don't know what it is. But um, how y'all feeling? What y'all thinking? What y'all got to say? I have drinks on your behalf. Sweet, sweet. Man, I could have used a beer Sunday, but, every once in a while, I drink one. All right, man. So let's just get into it right off the rip, I guess. Wait, I already got this pulled up. I ain't gotta do that. Oh, look at me. Look at me. Got it pulled up, ready to go. Why isn't it bigger? That's what she said. Um, hold up. I gotta make it bigger somehow. That's the opposite of bigger. That's the opposite. That's the opposite. I guess it's that one. Shit, I don't know. I don't know. Which one? I guess we'll go with this one. All right, man. So this is our first possession, right? Um, a lot of people said, it was a big play. It was actually a blown coverage. I don't know if y'all can see my shit on the screen. Actually, no, not until I press play. All right, now see maybe. All right, damn it, it's not working. All right, all right. So you see right here, the little blue dot. Because I don't know how much y'all can see, but this man and this man totally leave Jacoby wide open, blown coverage, and I'll just play it and then we'll show it on the other view. Now let's stop it right here. Look at how Gino is throwing this ball, right? Gino is here in the back, blue dot, right? He's throwing off his left foot, got his right foot behind him, and he just lobs this ball up in the air. And let's stop it right here. Jacoby Myers is so far open up here at the top of the screen that it's a easy seven, right? This game is tied 7-7. We're in the ball game, and it might be a whole different game, right? We don't know what happens from there because we didn't get to that point. But the ball is underthrown. Jacoby has to slow down, come back for it, and by then, he's out of bounds or running up the field, trying to keep his balance. Let's look at it from another angle again. Reverse angle. I guess you can't see that side. Pause it. Nothing but field. Nothing but field. So, again, underthrown balls, man. There's a lot. There's been a lot. And a couple of them could have and might have, been picked off. That was not the last film. What the hell? Man, didn't it do this last time? Fucking kidding me. Alright, here we go. Pause it here. Why is it so far back? Okay, hold up. Let's go back to this one. Alright, so we have, right, a huge play. We're in scoring position. First and goal. I guess not first and goal because it's 15 yards and you can still get a first down. But you know what I mean. At the 15, in the red zone. First play. Stop it there. This man has to push him out. I don't know what they're doing here. But he's got him. He's got him. And this leaves Alex Kappa with the linebacker, who he pushes into the play. So, first play, absolutely nothing. Next play, after a huge play. This is the next play. Our same play. Reverse angle. No movement, no penetration. All right, let's stop it here. I don't know if y'all can see this cursor. But, if you're looking, he's got him. I guess they're doubling here, which they shouldn't, right? They should double here. And one of these guys got to go get Bobby Wagner, like, if he's coming. If not, let him go. Um, Kappa's got him. Or shit, no. Yeah, Kappa's got him. This is DJ Glaze's guy. Nope, nope. They run zone the other way. My bad. Anyway, right here. It looks like you should have room to run, right? By the time you get the ball. Instead, our guys get pushed all up in the middle where he's cutting. You have one guy that Michael Mayer, if he would have just made this block, this is a big play, right? He cuts back. Let's rewind it again. Oh, okay, I know what this play was. All right, so down blocking. I don't know why. I have no idea why this man is in the back right here and he's blocking number 3, right? Which is Jack Bech, solid blocker, right? Good receiver that can block. But wouldn't it make more sense to have your tight end block number 3 if he's coming? Because you don't know if he's coming or not, right? If he's blitzing, there's a tight end there and there's Beck there. So more than likely, he's a man in one of these guys. This edge rusher, right? You leave for Brock, and then you have Jack Bech come all the way around to get to number 3. So right there, if Jack Bech has 92, which I forgot his name, and I don't really want to remember his name. If he has 92, right? If Jack Bech picks up that guy and Michael Mayer takes number 3, this is a big cutback for Ashton Genty, right? Everybody else, zone blocks, they all got their man. Everybody's covered but number 4. But he gets lost in a pile, right? He's trapped right here. Lost in a pile, trapped completely. And you got a great cut by Ashton Genty to give himself space, right? You just got one man who destroyed the whole entire play. And again, now we're at third and 10? Third and 10, same position. And they hand off again. They hand off again. Oh, second and 9. My bad. But still, second and 9. Handoff up the middle. Again, absolutely nothing. If Gino would have kept that on the RPO, I mean, you're pretty much walking in the end zone. Let's look at it from this angle right here. You got, I guess I should have started a little earlier. All right, let's back this up. Why is our guard? All right, that's not even our guard. Why is Colton Miller coming all the way across the field to trap 94? This is what I'm talking about, man. This scheme is horrible. There's no reason for this. If you just have everybody take your man, our down block that way to that side, right? Another play that could, actually be something. So you send Colton Miller on a trap, running across. He gets there in time, but he doesn't blow up his guy. He gets blown up himself. Blown out of the play, shoved right out of the play, and the man makes the tackle. Like, it's just the small things. It's just the small things. Again, this play right here is probably a touchdown. Ashton Genty's got one guy to beat, number 3, the safety, who he's already ran over. Like, right? So he already know what's coming. Just small things. And that's coaching. That's Brendan Carroll's job. You got to point out those small things. And then on 39, right? 39. This is the side view? This is a horrible side view. You got Brock Bowers open on, one and a half leg, right? One and a half leg. So we've seen the play, right? Brock Bowers is actually blocking coming out. They're acting like they're blitzing and setting number 3, which would change everything, right? Colton Miller should have number 3. That would leave Parham one-on-one with Bobby Wagner. You got a center and and a guard in Kappa. You know, each on ISO. That's if they bring that man on the end, which they do. Everybody picks up their man except for Colt Miller, who's who's left alone. No, he gets his. So great blocking, right? Great blocking. Just a play that you couldn't execute, right? Now Brock Bowers makes that catch 99% of the time. He's just not healthy. So the offensive line isn't looking too bad, right? Next time we get the ball, this is the next drive. First possession. Sack. Look at it from the other angle. Now, as a quarterback, you got to see one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight guys. You got eight guys on the line of scrimmage. You got one, two, three, four, five, six, possibly seven. I think there's a tight end over there somewhere on this corner. You're reading this play. You're not pointing anything out. You're not making any calls, right? Now they switch. Now they switch. So you got number three going to the outside. So everybody's blocking's changing. This is the problem the Las Vegas Raiders had with the whole entire game. Is these little sudden moves right before the ball is snapped, right? Now everybody's lost because there's nobody pointing out you got number three, right? You got 55. Nobody's communicating. And this is what Pete Carroll was saying. Without communication, you don't know what's going on. And then we run a guy in motion, right? So he's falling. But this still all stays the same. So if they're bringing all these guys, your outside tight end has number three, right? He's got 12. I think, right? He's got 52. He's got whatever 99. I can't see these damn numbers. These two are double teaming the nose, and you got DJ Glaze ISO'd 1-on-1, right? That's if they're bringing all these guys. They bring everybody. They bring everybody. How did they know this was going to be a run play, right? Because you've seen on the pass plays, they showed those same looks. But before the ball is snapped, they're dropping in coverage. So I don't know what it is. Again, I've watched this tape a couple times now. This will be like the fifth time that I've watched a lot of this offensive film. Mostly the run plays because there's got to be, like I said, there's got to be some kind of telling sign that it's a run play. All right, so what you got? One Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi, four. I mean, you got almost 4 seconds to throw the ball, right? If you don't have nothing, a veteran quarterback, just throw it away. Just throw it away. It's first down, man. It's first down. First down. You can't take a sack in that position. This bug is pissing me off. All right, we got third and 12 in the shotgun. Another thing about this shotgun. Now, I talked about it earlier in my lives. If you weren't in my live earlier, this outside edge guy, and I know maybe at the 20 right there, right next to the zero, the little blue dot, he's so far out with Gino in the shotgun that DJ Glaze doesn't have a chance. They're killing him with speed, right? He's by this almost every single time. They don't send nobody. They go around to the outside. Good defense, good defense. But stop. Stop. Again. You get Jacoby Myers on here in the bottom. Play this slower. goes to the outside. You got one on one. You got one on the bottom. As a veteran quarterback, you have to look over there. He knows doesn't even look over there, right? He's hiking the ball, never even looks to see, man, I got one on one coverage. Never looks, never looks, finally looks. When he looks, look where he is at. Look at the position he's in. Jacoby Myers has his man beat right there. Now I know you got the safety coming over the top, but that safety has to make a decision because Tre Tucker is already by this man here. So you got this man at the top coming to take this man, but he's already gonna blow past him. He's already got the speed on him. He's got the angle. He's already by him. You gotta throw this ball. Instead, I mean, look at this. You got a guy here, a guy here, a guy here, and you just step up and take the easy throw. Like, so there's opportunities. There's opportunities. That was plenty of time with the offensive line. Let's go this way. From the time he gets the ball, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. You got 5 seconds to throw that ball. You got 5 seconds to throw that ball. But this offensive line is trash. It's horrible. I don't see it, man. And this is with Kappa in there, which nothing against Alex Kappa, but when he's pulling, when he's left in ISO, which means isolated one on one, he's not getting any double team help. When he's isolated, man, one on one it's not very good, right? And you can see from these plays, it's not the greatest. But Gino has time to throw the ball here. Look at where his eyes are right here. Remember I showed you where the Jacoby Myers had already had his man beat. That's Gino looking at him right there. He's got him. He sees it. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna go back here and take the dump off. These are plays you cannot have. Like, these are not plays you can't have, man. When you got two guys wide open, one streaking up the middle and one streaking up the side, you got to take that chance, right? You got to take that chance. It's 3rd and 12, and you're gonna dump it down 5 yards and hope to God that you're tied in with three guys standing right there, makes it 5 yards up the field for a first down or 6 yards. Offensive line gave him 5 seconds right there, and I talked about it earlier. They said he had 3.30 seconds to throw the ball during this game. And this is why not every not every play is horrible. Again, in the shotgun. Now, when he's in the shotgun, man, these guys are just blowing by blowing by our tackles. But let's check it again. You got 4, right? You're in cover 2? You got 2 high. They send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, another blitz. Every time it's a handoff, man, they're sending 5, 6, 7. Like, just one time, I'd like to see Gino keep one of these, read options. Just keep that ball. Keep that ball. Golly, just one time, man. There's so many of these plays where just one time, if he keeps it, it's a big play. Instead, it's a 0-yard gain and a running back that's hitting the backfield as soon as he touches the ball. All right, we're at 2nd and 10. And Gino's running for his life. Why is he running for his life? Let's look at it from the other angle. All right, man, this right here, constantly looking back at the quarterback, and I know but they gotta find a better way because he's not getting his body and head around, I don't think, all the time. You're tapping the guy saying go. That's a lot to ask. That's a lot to ask. Well, let's look at it. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. Look how far out he is. Look how far out he is. Why? Because Gino is, again, in the shotgun. When he's under center, they're only rushing 4 inside. They're not pushing these guys way out here because it's a waste of time, right? If you come way out here, Gino's stepping up in the pocket and taking off. Or at least he should, in my opinion. But let's look at it. I just forgot to look at what angles they're blocking. I don't know. All right, stop here. You got Colt Miller on 90. He's got his guy. You got Parham one on one. You got Meredith, got two guys to deal with. Two guys to deal with. Why? Because for some reason we have Alex Kappa, DJ Glaze, and whatever tight end, and I think it's Brock Bowers. I don't know. And DJ Glaze, all three looking at these two guys, right? And Bobby Wagner is left completely, completely. Look, here's Bobby Wagner again. Like I said, somebody's got to see this. You got Genty in the backfield. He's got him. He should have him. He's got him. That means Alex Kappa either needs to help with this guy and leave him. Parham needs to hold his ground, right? You got to anchor that spot because this is where he goes. Boom. Why are you double teaming? Why are you double teaming this guy? They drop him back in coverage, which leaves Colton to get him, right? Just a mistake by Dylan Parham, I feel. You should have had Bobby Wagner, bro. You should have known he was coming and not left him completely free. And then you have Ashton Genty, who just runs completely by. Look, how do you not see Bobby? You're a running back. You don't have peripheral vision to see that you have somebody getting ready to just come and destroy your guy. Now I know you have a play and you have to fake the handoff, but damn it, stop, stop trying to check him, put a body on him. Get ran over, do something, slow him down, just delay him somehow. Nah, bro, he's gonna take the handoff and go right by. Now, look at this guy right here, Alex Kappa, who I believed was supposed to come around, right? Was supposed to come around and pick up that guy because there's a reason he's looking over and saying, "Oh shit, wait a minute, think that was my guy that's about ready to level the quarterback, right?" Alex Kappa again because he's got nobody to block. So either Kappa was supposed to get around there, was supposed to pull over there and pick up that guy, or Parham was supposed to get him. Just miscommunication again from the offensive line. Now, if somebody would have just got that guy, look at this. You got a guy here. You got Tre Tucker at the bottom down here. Tre Tucker on that cut route that he scored a touchdown on coming up here in a bit. All right, shit. What do we got? We got 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 on our own 25. Now, I let it play too far, my bad. But you can see they're only sending four. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 offensive linemen. They're sending four. Stop it there. You got nobody to throw the ball to. He's got nobody to throw the ball to. What do you do when the pocket is collapsing and you're supposed to be a mobile quarterback that can make plays with your feet? And you have this man covered, with a safety waiting for him, another guy coming across. This guy has that man beat, but there's another guy waiting for him. Step up in the pocket, man. Step up in the pocket, take off, run. Nah. Nah. Let's throw it. Let's throw it in double coverage. Decision making. Pre-snap reads. Decisiveness. Knowing where you're going to go with the football first, right? First. All right, so now we're at 3rd and 10 because 2 plays in a row, we got absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing from just mistakes. All right, one-on-one ISO, not a good look. You got Jordan Meredith. I don't know if he's dancing, directing traffic, if he's doing the Vogue. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Plenty of time, man. He had plenty of time to step up in that pocket. If he would have just waited, a little bit. You have number three right here. Look at him break out. You got Zamir White right here. Man, take a chance. Just take a chance, right? Just take a chance. Third down. He's got all this ground. Man, Zamir White almost could have caught that. Why didn't he catch that? He could have came right up there and grabbed that. He ran right up there and stopped. I don't know. But anyways, man, all I'm saying is from every one of these plays so far, we've seen Gino hurried, but we haven't seen him in dire stress. He's not running for his life. There's plays to be made. There's guys open. The offense, is giving him 3 seconds, a little bit less sometimes, but man, the average time to throw the ball in the NFL is like 2.8 seconds. So if you're getting 3.3, I mean, every little tick counts, right? All right, so where are we at now? First and 10. That drive was absolutely nothing. The score is 10-3. We got 9:52 left, right? We get the ball back again. I believe this is after a turnover. So we get a turnover, down 10-3. You have a chance to do something. Let's run the ball, right? No, we're in shotgun. We start out in shotgun again. Four-man front. Look, they're obviously in man right here. Too high. Pick up a yard, man. Pick up a yard. But damn, how many people? Go back. Go back. Stop it here. God. We'll look at it from the other angle. But this, that right there, that bunch up, golly, man. All right, let's look at it from the end zone view or the sky cam or whatever the hell they want to call it. All right, again, in the shotgun, way the hell out here, right? Because he's gonna try to beat DJ Glaze with speed, which when you give up um, 6 pressures and 2 quarterback hits and a sack, I think he did his job, right? This is the reason, the main reason. When Gino is under center, the offense seems to be a little bit better, right? Just my opinion. But let's check it out. You got a double team here. You got Brock Bowers on the outside, man. Colton one-on-one. And Dylan Parham pulling? Pulling? There's a hole there. There's a hole there. The only problem is up top, Colton Miller or Brock Bowers, one of those guys have to get off that block and get to the next level and get that man that is just waiting, just waiting. Now I don't know what Genty's doing right here because if he runs through this hole, which I don't know, maybe he had to jump over 61, he thought, or something. But if he just keeps running and doesn't cut that back, man, that's a touchdown. Who else is there? Hold on. How many guys we got here? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. All right, where do they all end up? They're all crashing. Look at that. Look at this. Before he even hands off this ball, man, there's something going on where they know it's a run. And I think it's every time we're in the shotgun with Genty next to him, they pretty much figure he's handing it off, which, is not a good sign. But watch this guy up top. Watch his break up here. As soon as the ball moves, he's already coming. Look at that. Look at that. He is already running, bro. He's already breaking. The guy over here in the other corner is already breaking. The ball isn't even, he's not even reaching to act like he's hiking this ball, right? It's just snapped. It's barely moving. As soon as that ball is moved, everybody's coming. Everybody's crushing the line. But damn, if Ashton Genty just keeps running through this hole right here, that safety was the only man left back there, right? He's gone, but so for some reason he cuts it up into into two defenders. I don't know what happened there, but again, you know, the Raiders, man, they're getting all this bad, nonsense about they're done, they're washed, it's over, they can't block. This offensive line actually has a chance to be pretty damn good, right? Parham is not bad. He's pretty good one on one, and there's a reason that he's left on ISO a lot, and they double team, to the left or to the right a lot more when Alex Kappa's out there because they want to double team those guys, and they're leaving DJ Glaze a lot ISO. I think somehow they need to switch this offensive lineup to where you got Colton Miller pretty much isolated one on one, and then let everybody go from there because I don't think Colton Miller, at the money he's getting paid, his experience, as long as he's been in the NFL, and his size, really needs help, or has to get double teamed. Now, it's a problem when they're speed rushing from the outside, right? When they're lined up, way out here, then it's a problem. But one on one, I think Colton Miller should be able to handle it. And I think, the interior should be double teaming or, helping DJ Glaze out if it's a fast edge rusher. Now, if it's a power edge rusher out there, then it's different. But if it's a fast edge rusher, man, you got to give him help because he's just getting cooked out there time and time again. All right, so Geno Smith short pass. All right, you got a guy open here. You got a rookie open here. You got Ashton Genty in the flat. If you just throw that to Ashton Genty now, he's got one guy to beat one on one. Look where everybody's at. Brock Bowers could get a block on this man, right? You got a safety. What? What? All right. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, Gino? What are we doing here? This is the offensive line problem. And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I can't see y'all, so I'm not ignoring y'all. I'll get to y'all in a minute. I'll take a break here from all this shit and catch up. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Um, but what are we doing here, Gino? What are we doing here, right? What are we doing here? You got 3-by-1, which means you got three on this side, one on this side, right? There's no tight end. Oh no, there is a tight end. So you got 3-by-2. Um, Stop it here, man. He's looking that way. He's looking that way. You got Thornton. You could throw this ball, man. Look at Thornton right here. It's like, please, please. Why he doesn't have his hand up? I have no idea. And now you got a safety lurking who could come up and maybe make a play on that. But if Gino gets that ball out quick enough, possibly Thornton there. But if you just hit Ashton Genty a second earlier, like maybe back here by the zero, you might have a play. But what is he waiting for? Brock Bowers? Because he's looking that way the whole time. And then you try to throw it to Ashton Genty when he's making a move back, not towards the line of scrimmage. Ashton Genty is going backwards, and Gino wants to throw this ball. Um, and again, I said I wouldn't do this, but we heard all this talk about Aiden O'Connell doesn't have a internal clock, right? He doesn't feel pressure. He doesn't see pressure. What the hell is this? I mean, yeah, you got away, you got lucky, and yeah, you threw on the run, great play, but man, that's not going to happen every time, right? That's a lucky ass play, in my opinion, because you could have you could have smacked this dude, you could have fumbled the ball. I think the ball hit somebody's helmet. We'll see here in a minute. All right, you got Brock on the outside. Colton Miller's probably gonna help, I do imagine. And then you got Speed Rusher over here on Mr. the Mule, DJ Glaze. Oh shit, I forgot to count. My bad. Let's see how many seconds we got. All right, one Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi. Why is he throwing it there? Why? Hold on, I gotta slow this down. Hold up. All right, you got to get this ball out. If not, man, you have all this field right here. Like you have nothing but open space, and you got a man squinting across. If you just step up one or two steps, or act like you're trying to run, right? If you just motion like you're trying to run, Geno Smith right here, you have this man at the top of the screen, the blue mark, right? I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but you have this man at the top of the screen. He's gonna come down. That's gonna leave Dante Thornton completely open, wide open. Could be a big play. Instead, I don't know how he holds that ball in his hand. That's a damn good play by Gino. That's strong ass hands because somehow he held that ball and pulled it back down and got away. But how did he get away? That's pretty good blocking, man. I mean, what more do you want from your offensive line here? What more do you want from your offensive line here? Right where we're at. Again, second and seven. Second and seven. It's still a 10-3 game. A chance. A chance. You have a chance to get in this ball game, right? One Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi, four Mississippi, oh, five Mississippi, six Mississippi, seven Mississippi. Like, man, good play. I think they called it a catch, but come on, man, you gotta run. You gotta run that ball right there, or even act like you're gonna run. Right? You have at least you're in a shotgun, so he had at least 3 yards before he was to the line of scrimmage. So you could have easily just stepped up into the pocket right there, and it's another big play. But that's a win for the offensive line to me. Like they held up 4 seconds before he looked and decided I'm going to dump it off to the running back after everybody's coming towards the running back. Like he was, again, wide open if you just throw that ball and get it out earlier. Decisiveness, make decisions at the line of scrimmage. Pre-snap, you should look and be like, okay, if this isn't there, this is where I'm going with the ball. And if that's not there, then you make a decision. But it looks to me like Gino's like, okay, I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going here. Oh shit, there's nothing there. Oh, I can't go back there. And panic mode, panic mode. I'm gonna throw the ball wherever I can, which is lean to double, throwing into double coverage, interceptions. All right, we got, damn, I don't know what we're doing over here. We just running around. Let's go back and start this play over. What is going on here? All right, so you got trips up top. They're sending one, two, three, four. They got three guys just just spying. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're coming, if they're not coming. Oh, I guess you got a tight end over there on the edge. So he's got the tight end right, and then they just send Ashton Genty in motion. I guess to see what they're doing. They're dropping back in too high coverage again. Nope, he's faking. See, man, they've done this. They did this the whole entire game to the Las Vegas Raiders. They were never still on the defensive line. And shout out to to Dan Quinn for going up against his mentor, and and socking it to him, bro, because he knew how to manipulate everything about Geno Smith in this offense. He knew how to beat Geno Smith. It wasn't this offense or the offensive line. I believe they knew how to beat Geno Smith, right? And constant movement, constant movement. You're making the offensive line guess. Nobody's pointing out that's your guy, that's your guy. Hey, switch, something. Again, you can't hear everything right with the sound, but all right, another broken down play, right? Again, these looks. Come on, man. So you're sending Ashton Genty, and I know you brought him back, but like again, You're just trying to see what the defense is doing. But man, you have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven guys against six guys. You send your running back away from the play, and thank God you brought him back. But you bring him back to the other side, and then Gino's like, "Bro, you got to get in this hole right here. Like, you got to get in this hole right here." So you got obviously Brock Bowers has got the edge if he comes. That guy more than likely is not coming. He's dropping off in coverage. So you would think DJ Glaze has him. Um, More than likely they're gonna. Everybody's got man. Bam, bam, bam. Colton Miller's got outside over here. And again, Gino. In. They got to get rid of this shotgun, bro. In shotgun. Again, in shotgun. Every time he's in shotgun, you got two guys out here. One on this side, one on this side. Just trying to beat him with speed. Again, beat him with speed. Look, he's already beat, man. Where is DJ Glaze going? Like, I don't know what, but he's about to run into his own guy. And again, Gino's got to see all this, man. Gino's got to see all this. You got to see this guy coming in hot. Throw the ball away. Do something. Like, how do you not feel this pressure? You haven't. Look where his eyes are. His eyes are over here. His eyes are over here the whole time. Never sees the pressure. Doesn't feel the pressure. Could have easily been a fumble. Thank God it wasn't. Think somehow he got overran. A lucky play. A lucky play we got away with. But man, this isn't offensive line, bro. This isn't offensive line. I mean, yeah, it's the outside, DJ Glaze. But everybody else has their guy. One Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi, four Mississippi. I mean, three and a half. Like, you got time to throw the ball, man. You got time to make decisions as a quarterback, as a veteran quarterback that's been in the league, what, 14 years, 12 years, 13 years now? A long damn time, bro. A long damn time. All right, we got first and 10 because that was another three and out, and the defense was right back on the field, man. A lot of people say, let me get off this shit for a second. Um, Here we go. Shout out to everybody in the building. You know, I've heard a lot of talk about the defense was trash. They gave up 200 yards rushing. Okay, they gave up 150 yards rushing in the first half. In the second half, they only gave up 49, I think, or 53. Wasn't a lot. So they made adjustments in the second half, right? They slowed down the run. But by slowing down the run, man, they still we were still trying to stop the run, right? We were so focused on stopping the run that it just left, wide open plays. We got cooked on special teams, man. Special teams worked us, absolutely worked us. So defensive wise, they were on the field absolutely way too much. We had four or five three and outs. When you have, three and outs, and where are we at in this game? Like, we're 8 minutes. 8 minutes left in a half. It's still 10-3, right? This is still a 10-3 football game, and we've had two possessions, nothing. Let me get to this chat. I gotta pull it up. Happy birthday, Graham. Damn. Got drinks. Bro, give it up. The Raiders are ass. Appreciate you, Jay. Genty's a bust. You're high as hell. You got a Kansas City shirt on? Or a 49er shirt? Man, come stop with that. Tyler, my guy, what's good? What's good? Appreciate you in the building. I see you. Yo, what's up, my dog? The Las Vegas Raiders and KC Chiefs are struggling right now. I mean, yeah, they are, bro. They are. Salute to the nation. My guy Lawrence in the building. Jason Ruiz, what up, bro? Appreciate you. Raider fan for life. What it do with the 199? Oh my God, my voice is still bad from yelling at the damn TV screen. Holler with a 199 holler. We gotta stop yelling at the TV during game day. Make sure you hit those thumbs up for me. For me, appreciate it. Appreciate it. What else we got? Raider Ryan, what to do, my guy? Good to see you in the building. I don't know if I went through you before you ended your live. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I got your message. I got your message. And shout out for the $10 super chat that I didn't seem to get. I don't know if I ended the live too early or whatever, but again, shout out for that. Joanna, what it do? What it do? How about them Eagles? I feel you, man. I feel you. They're defending Super Bowl champs. Alex and what it do? Whole team needs to get Spider-Man powers right now. We go a superhero. I mean, we got the Silver Surfer in the building, right? Why not? Why not? Why not? I just got home from a 10-hour road trip and a stupid flipping accident that was 4 hours sitting on the side of the road. I know. I know. You called me like 85 times. Did you get your son home? Did you get his girlfriend home? Are they safe? I waited the whole time for me. Don't get me. It was effing ridiculous. What is with all the f bombs in the chat, bro? This is a family show. We were trying to teach football and break down film. All right, what else we got? What else we got? Giants had one job, beat KC, but no, they failed. That's all right, man. The Giants have more than one job, Alex M. They have more than one job. They play the Broncos, and I do believe this week they play the Lightning Bugs, which Cam Scatterboo could very well be a problem for the Los Angeles Chargers. Uh, a defense that, if you got a good run blocking offensive line, which the Giants don't, but you have a smart offensive coordinator and a damn good head coach that, some people will question that. I still think the ball is a damn good head coach. We give him the right weapons. Um, and if he gets fired, he could come be the offensive line coach for us. I'm just saying, if he doesn't make it through the year. But however, you have an up and coming offensive line over there, and Cam Scatterboo, bro. Cam Scatterboo is showing that he's that boo, right? The 60 some yards rushing, 60 some yards receiving, 120 yards on the day in a tutty. Damn good breakout game. And to stay on the Giants theme, they have decided to roll with my guy Jackson Dart. Shout out Jackson Dart. Finally getting your start. The only thing and the only problem to that is Jackson Dart has a brutal schedule. Man, this kid. Talk about being thrown to the wolves. Yes, I know they traded up, to get to the 22nd spot or whatever to pick him. But man, my man is he's in trouble, bro. He's got he's got I think four or five of the best defenses in the NFL that he's got to face in the next 5 weeks. So thank God they got Scatterboo. You can get him open in space, right? You have Jackson Dart, who is a lot more athletic than Russell Wilson. He is a way more fierce competitor than Russell Wilson, right? To me, he has that dog in him. He's gonna run for first downs, run for touchdowns. Jackson Dart is the best quarterback in the draft. I thought. I still believe, and we will see, right? We will see. But again, he has Malik Neighbors to throw to. Man, that's going to be a triple threat combination, right? So the Giants, their mission is not over yet. You still have the San Diego Chargers, which, I would appreciate my guy Jackson Dart. I think I'm going to hit him up on the phone when we get off this conversation and be like, yo, if you could do me one solid this year, just don't beat us. Okay, two solids. Don't beat us. And somehow, man, just slow down the Chargers, right? Slow down the Chargers. So, shout out to the Giants for having balls and skipping over two quarterbacks, right? Two quarterbacks, two veteran quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, right? Isn't it Jameis Winston? So you're skipping over two quarterbacks in Winston and Russell Wilson, and you're going straight to the first round pick that you moved up to get. In my opinion, a little early. And if I was the coach for the Giants, I would have went. I would have went Jameis Winston, bro. I know you're gonna get 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions, but still, you have a better chance with a veteran that knows the NFL. You're not throwing um, your franchise quarterback, your future quarterback, to the Wolves, to the Eagles, to the Broncos, to the Chargers. Fuck, who else do they play? The Ravens. man, man. They got some work. They got some work. Go eat the rest. Unleash Rebel. How is your night going? Greg Lira in the building. Good to see you, my guy. Appreciate you. Joanna, member for 6 months. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your loyalty means the world to me. If anybody else wants to become a member, man, y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. Become a member. Um, Take care of yourself, Candy. Where'd she go? Um, Raiders need some guards and a swing tackle that don't reek. JPJ back at center, bro. I know everybody thinks that JPJ needs to be back at center, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. Now, I did film review last year. I broke down plays with JPJ where he struggled at center. It wasn't the greatest, right? His PFF, overall PFF was like in the 60s. Now, if you're this superstar rookie center that was the greatest, of all time coming out of college, like everybody seems to think, that doesn't have, concussion problems and issues, then man, you should have been in the 80s, bro. You should have been somewhere 70s, high 70s. But to be graded in the 60s, and yes, I know he played left guard, he played right guard, and finally got the center position. But there's a reason a coach that has 40 years experience has decided not to play JPJ at center. Now, I talked about it earlier on my live. I don't know if it's the concussions. He's had a lot of those. There's a reason he didn't get drafted higher than the second round, and he ended up falling in the Raiders' lap. The Raiders took a huge, huge chance. A lot of people bitched, moaned, and complained when we got JPJ because of the concussion issues. But then once he got on the grass, they were like, oh, they forgot all about the concussion issues, right? But it's still a lingering problem. You can't put a guy at center. This is the problem. This is the problem. And this is the only way I can say this, and I wish I could clip this and record it. Is there a way to clip this and record it? Nah, I don't give a fuck. But for real, if JPJ gets hurt in practice, we're talking about practice, practice. Yeah, man, practice, bro, practice. If JPJ is getting hurt in practice, how can you have faith in this young man to be your center? A guard position you can swap out during the season. It's a lot easier to change a guard than it is to change a center in the middle of the season. And then possibly have to change that center back because of injury, right? Now I know, like I said, you only get 14 padded practices during the season. So there's not going to be a lot of banging during practices. But after the first game, obviously there was a little, banging and smacking around, too much physicality, and or maybe it wasn't a lot of physicality, maybe it was just a light hit. But when you're getting headaches, when you're getting concussions, when you're in a concussion protocol, there's a reason for that. You can't put this man at center. And I know everybody in the Raider organization, in Raider Nation, all the fans, all the content creators, all the critics want JPJ at center. But there's a reason he is not at center. And that reason is just like I said. If you cannot stay healthy, you can't have your center being taken out of games because he's hurt in practice. You can't have your center missing 2 or 3 games because of concussion protocol, because he has because he has a record of these injuries, right? You can't have that. So Jordan Meredith, whether he's struggling, whether it's going to take him a little bit longer to get it down, I mean, he was graded in the 70s pass blocking, right? In the 70s, that's pretty damn good, right? I'm not going to complain about that. We'll go over the PFF grade here in a minute, but to me, he's better at guard. Now he might be the best center. He might be a better center than Jordan Meredith. But the fact of the matter is the concussions, and you can't constantly switch out your center during the season, right? That's the least position that you want to, right? You can move guys over from the guard to the tackle position. Center is right. I mean, that's a huge position. You're calling out defenses. You're helping your quarterback, right? You're snapping the ball, and you have to be able to snap the ball and still get up and be fast enough to make plays, to double team guys to get to the next level, to to get off blocks. There's a lot to do at the center position, and if you're constantly having a revolving door because a guy has injury problems, that's going to hurt this franchise. That's going to hurt us throughout the season. So I believe it's a smart move. I believe it's a smart move by Pete Carroll and his coaching staff to go with Jordan Meredith at center. Now, if he continues to struggle, I mean, Dylan Parham can play center also. We also have Will Putnam. So, or you can put JPJ back there. But if you're going to put him back there and he gets hurt again, then you're moving, you're constantly changing this offensive line around. If you want continuity, if you want consistency in this offensive line, you have to roll with what you got. You have to run what you brung, right? Run what you brung. In racing terms, you race what you got, show up with what you got. Pete Carroll said it best himself, man. We have the guys we have, and we have to develop the guys we have, right? Now, Pete Carroll has not been known for having top five offensive lines, top 10 offensive lines, right? Seattle's offensive line was always, I believe up there in the 20s. I don't really think they were, even top 15 or, so he doesn't have, you know, he doesn't have that record or track record of having solid offensive lines. He also always had, a quarterback that can get the ball out fast. You had a DK Metcalf that, if all else fails, throw it up. Probably 70 to 80% of the time, DK Metcalf is going to come down with that ball. We don't have anybody like that but Brock Bowers, who is not healthy. So there's limitations, right? Limitations, a lot, a lot. Um, JPJ at center, Parham and Kappa were terrible. I disagree, man. I disagree. I think Parham made some mistakes, and those can be fixed, right? It's just more time, more development, more film. But if we have good coaches, the hell I'm getting messed. I gotta see what this says. If we have good coaches like we do, this piece you asked the clip. Oh, I was just kidding. But if you have good coaches on this staff, which I feel we do, right? We still have Joe Philbon in the building, and a lot of people are forgetting the fact that the last 4 games of the season, our offensive line was ranked 8th in the NFL. We went from 22nd to 8th. Yeah, we didn't play a lot of great teams, but Philbon was getting this offensive line together, and yes, it had JPJ at center, Meredith at guard, Parham at right guard, next to DJ Glaze, and I feel like that's the best offensive line. I really do. I feel like that's the best, the best offensive line. But if you look at it the other way, like I just explained, with the JPJ concussions, with the problem of being, in and out of the lineup, if you can't stay healthy, availability is the best ability, right? You have to be able to count on your center of all people to be able to make it through a 17-game season. If you're already hurt in the second game because of a concussion in practice, man, you're going way too hard and way too physical. So I think JPJ will be fine at right guard, man. I really do. But, if they continue to struggle, which I don't feel they are, I think all these dudes are grown-ass men that, they hear the shit. They see what's going on, right? They hear everybody talking. They know they have a damn good running back, and they're the worst blocking offense in the entire NFL. Shout out to Dan Quinn. Knows well. His nose got the game ball. Right? Shout out to Dan Quinn. A dog out there getting smacked on the sideline and blood running down his face. He's just eating it up. Meredith back at guard, I guess. Dan Quinn is a hell of a coach. Raph in the building. What up, fellas? Raph in the motherfucking building. Chiefs Raider Nation. Only one nation. Shout out to my guy, Raph. How you been, my guy? How you doing? Okay, Rebel. I just wanted to make sure you got it. Yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, when I got home, 85 minutes. Whatever you say. Scatterwick Boo is my boo this week. 3-0 in fantasy. Shout out, man. You should have joined my fantasy. You could have won some money, but y'all was scared to battle me, and y'all should have, cause I'm doing horrible right now. Y'all could have took all my money. Chargers will fall apart this season. Choking is their blood. Man, I wouldn't go that far, Alex. I wouldn't go that far. Choking is not in Harbaugh's blood. He's a damn good coach, man. He's a hell of a coach. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to get guys to play for him, right? He knows how to be a hard ass, which I don't think Pete Carroll does, right? He knows how to be a hard ass, but still get guys to not take it the wrong way, if you know what I mean, right? Like he can get in your face and yell and scream, point his finger, right? Be up here yelling and screaming, and nobody's gonna get offended. They know that he means well. He's just right. He's just passionate about what he does, and he has this team playing different, man. They playing different. If you look at if you look at Tom Telesco, who we just fired at GM, if you look at his last three first round picks, they're all balling right now, man. They are all balling. So they got a damn good team. I don't see him folding. Herbert does have that, and it's always going to be on his back shoulder is got that monkey on his back is can he win the big game, and until he does, a lot of us are going to feel the same way, but it just seems different this year. It just seems different. That locker room seems different. Their gameplay seems different. To come back and win that game against the Broncos, which they were up, and then the Broncos just kind of started walking away with it. You know, I don't know, man. The Chargers team is scary. And Piano Man, if you're listening, um, but I hope they fall apart. I hope they fall apart. Bunch of bums, cracked out cheater Merriman, right? Fucking clowns. All right, man. So let's get back into this. Let's get back into this. Um, Shit. Wait. Hold up. I gotta take these messages off. Let me start this so I know where I'm at. All right, we good to go? Good to go like Taco Bell. A minute and 30 already? All right, man. I'm gonna give y'all a couple more, and then I got a dip. Oh God, there's a lot more. Oh no, we're here. All right, one, two, three, four, five. Oh shit, there's still a lot more. All right, not too many more. Not too many more. We can run through these. Let's run through these. Let's run through these. All right. Um. So again, 8:02 left in the ball game. We are at 1st and 10 on the Las Vegas Raider 47-yard line. You got Brock in motion. We have so I guess 2x2 because we're in a pistol in the shotgun, which is man is driving me nuts because every time I see this shotgun, I'm thinking, damn, something's gonna bad's gonna happen because all our play is bad. We're in this shotgun formation, man. Got another tight end slash receiver and shorter out here at the bottom of the screen. Let's run the play. Let's see what we got. All right, so everybody's zone blocking, and it is a handoff, of course. Oh, oh! It's a running play that worked. Oh, okay. Let's look at it from the other view. Yeah, let's look at this a couple times. Yeah, we're gonna go over this one. Um, all right, so I was wrong, but damn, look, Gino, like, he got backing that shit up on Ashton Genty, bro. You're way too close, bro. Way too close. Genty needs to get back a little bit more. Something needs to happen, but the play worked out, right? They're bringing, what do we got here? One, two, three. Uh, we got four down linemen. Or I guess they will be down. I think, I don't know. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 7-man front. Again, Ashton Genty has faced more 7-man fronts than any player in the NFL, not named Saquon Barkley and not named Jameer Gibbs. I think Jameer Gibbs was the other one. So let's run it. Let's run it. What do we got? We got two out here. Brock Bowers has more than likely number 0, I would think, but who knows whether they're probably going to double team 89 because he's probably not coming. You got Parham with the half nose, whatever it is. You got Shorter over here to help out on this side because obviously, DJ Glaze has been getting cooked by the speed over there. We are in the gun again, so once again you have these wide defensive linemen or defensive edge. Oh, great block by Shorter. Great block by Shorter. Let's run this back. So they had both tight ends out. They brought them both in to block. Brock, Brock is supposed to have him, but like I said, he's probably got 0. And Shorter coming across, so DJ Glaze has that man. ISO one-on-one with Kappa. Scared. Meredith. And then, man, again, this is what I don't want to see. Colton Miller and Dylan Parham doubling. Like, why are you doubling when you have a man at the next level, which you don't know if he's coming or not, right? But it looks like he's just staying. And then you have 2 on the outside. Then you have 2 on the outside there. So Colton Miller needs to get over there and pick up that guy. But thank God, Shorter came over there and cleaned house. Boom! And cleared this block. All right, one more thing I want to point out in this is look at how far Colton Miller drives his man off the ball, right? Colton Miller is graded our best best run blocking offensive lineman, and it's not even close. I think he had a 68 grade in this game. The next closest guy was a 60, and then it got worse from there. 53, 52, 39. Yeah, 39. Alex Kappa, run blocking grade. 39. No, 37. My bad. 37. All right, let's get into this. DJ Glaze got this man. Got this man. You got this man. I don't know why the hell y'all are doubling over here. You bring in a tight end, so now everybody's blocking changes. You would think, like I said, you would think Shorter has is gonna help over here, but he comes in motion, and thank God he did, because like I said, Colton Miller down blocking over here, double teaming this nose, which really doesn't need to be double teamed, right? But look at this block. Oh, I guess they didn't really too much double team. Parham got he got to the next level. So everybody's saying Parham is bad, right? This is pretty good blocking. This is pretty good blocking all around. But look at Colton Miller right here. He's got his head in this dude's waist, and look how far he drives him downfield. Man, that's 15 yards down the field. If we could just get that from every one of our offensive linemen, this run game with Ashton Genty, who only needs 85 yards to be the number 1 running back in the whole entire NFL because all the other stats are there, except for the tackles for a loss, which is not his fault. But Ashton Genty only 85 yards from being the best running back in the NFL number wise, and just 2 more blocks like this, he would easily be the best running back in the NFL stat wise. But man, if we could get more run blocks like that, would be absolutely great. All right, that was the last one. Thank God. Thank God. let me get this real quick. Turned off, down. All right, man. So let me know how y'all feeling. Are y'all feeling any better about the offensive line? Because we just went through almost every single play. Not everyone, but we went through. I think that was every play. I think mostly all runs, but I think it was every play from Jacoby Myers being on the field. That's what it was. I was trying to remember what the hell I had, what I had up there. But let's look at one more thing, man. One more thing. What am I pulling up? Max Crosby defense. Wait, stop. Pause. 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 It's result pre-snap. Um, Defense, man. Pass rushing. All right, let's just go with this. I think simplify it a little bit. All right, where we at? Third and two. That's his first pass rush. All right, these are Max Crosby pass rushing snaps. So, if you don't know, now you know. Um, there's a lot of talk, right? There's a lot of stats going around. I'm big on stats because um, if you really look at the way they calculate these stats, it really does mean a lot of, show a lot of how a player is. But on the offensive line and stuff like that, you know, guys missing their blocks. When you see Alex Kappa, standing there with nothing to do, and then at the last second looking over, going, "Damn, that was my guy," you know, um, it's not going to get put on him, right? It's going to get put on the guy that got beat, that was trying to get over there. So some of those stats can be deceiving, but stats mean a lot. And Max Crosby went up against um, Conley, who was drafted, what I do believe in the second round. In the second round, a rookie who is a rookie who has been beat on 23%, 23% of the snaps, right? It's just been cooked in the last 2 weeks against, like they play some solid guys. But um, this is Max Crosby versus him, and I don't know why it's not on fucking that screen. All right, let's roll with it. Let's do this. Let's see if this works any better. We'll turn off this chat for a minute, y'all. Um, See if y'all get a better view. If I can get it, I can't get it any bigger. Ah. um, Hold on, I'm trying. I'm trying, man. I'm trying here. All right, that's big as I can get it. Oh, oh, oh. All right, let's look at it from the other perspective. Here we go. We got Max on the outside. We got three-man rush. We got Jeremy Chin calling out plays. Why is the safety calling out plays? Why is not everybody else communicating? Why is there not communication on this defensive line? But here we go. Max Crosby, one-on-one. Got a little help from the guard, but stood up, man. Stood up by the rook. Mariota pass to the left. What looks like shit? We're in man. No, we're not. Yeah. So, um, look how fast he gets this ball out, man. So we were looking at Geno Smith, right? And we're talking about the offensive line. But if you look at this offensive line right here, there's pressure coming. But look how fast the ball is out. He knows where he's going, right? He's looking at he's got everything surveilling. All right, I got it. I know where I'm going with the ball. Look, he's pointing, sending guys in motion. One Mississippi, two Mississippi. Boom! Two Mississippi, bro. Two to the Mississippi. Two. The ball's out. This is what they did to us all game. Why can't we do this with Geno Smith? If Geno Smith is that quarterback, if Geno Smith is worth $66 million, guaranteed money over the next 2 years, 30 something $1 million a season, why the hell? Why the hell can our game plan be the same, right? You know how much more of a threat we would be if we had the threat of our quarterback running, the threat of play action, the threat of read option. Um, it would just make so much of a difference on our offense. But again, 2 seconds, man, 2 seconds, the ball is out. They said our defense was horrible. We didn't get no pressures. Well, man, you got to do better. Go do your homework. Pay for all 22 NFL Plus and watch the games before you just listen to what everybody else says and, follow along like sheep. You have to watch and make your own decisions. And this is the reason our defense didn't get much pressure. 2 seconds, bro. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. The ball is out. Max Crosby was getting there. If it was 3 seconds, that would have been a batted ball, right? But no. No. Marcus Mariota seen that they were bringing pressure, right? He's seen that they were bringing a blitz. And he said, damn, I got to get this ball out quick. So what does he do? He points it out, sends the tight end in motion, get a little bit more protection over there. Nah, they throw it straight to the tight end right away. Smart quarterbacking. Smart quarterbacking. These run plays here. Killing us. Direct snap. Direct snap. Oh my goodness. All right, what's that? That hurts. We'll go back and watch that. Man, look at the movement from this offensive line. That's all I wanted to show. Look at the movement. Look at where everybody's leaning. This ball is not the quarterback because it's Debo, taking a direct snap. But this ball has not even reached his hands. Everybody on this offensive line is already leaning where they need to go, right? Down blocking like they should be, like we need to do. Our guys are blocking forward. Like this isn't college football. You don't have a gigantic field where you can just stand there and, stand there and wait for guys to come to you. You got to make moves, and we have to make some moves if we're going to beat the Bears, if we're going to have any chance in hell of even making it not a disaster against the Colts, because how the hell are we going to stop Jonathan Taylor? I'm not even gonna get to that. We got 2 weeks before I gotta have that feeling of talking about JT. We'll get to that later. But the blocking, man, look at the blocking. Look at the blocking on this play. You got one guy in the backfield, Adam Butler, right? You would think, but nah, his man still has him, right? Still has him. What are we doing here? what what is Malcolm Kuntz doing? Did he ever even leave his spot? Hold on, I gotta replay this. What is going on here? I did not watch this one first. I don't know what Malcolm Kuntz is doing. I don't know what he's doing. He's breaking down for a tackle like the dude is coming at his about ready to run him over. Um, we got to do better, man. We got to do better right here. He's got nobody to block. He's got absolutely nobody. You got a man coming to him, bro. You got to get in this play. Why are you taking a step outside? That's ugly. That's UGLY. But man, cut, another cut, up the field, man, up the field. Max here on the edge. All right, man. This ball should have been tipped. Another missed opportunity. We had every opportunity to win this game, bro. This is where it's still 7-3, man. 7-3, right? We got them backed up. We got an opportunity. Oh my God! Look at that move by Max Crosby. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Golly. He's getting his ass worked in the film room. They are laughing. They are having a man. All right, Max Crosby down here. Don't blink because if you blink, you're gonna miss it, bro. If you blink, you're gonna miss it. Swoop, gone. But then Conley does his job, right? But look at one, two, three, four. Pause that. One, two, three, four, five. And Tyree coming into play, bro. Five guys, a batted ball. And nobody could come up with that. Nobody could catch, really? Man, missed opportunities. We gotta have those. Gotta have those. Gotta have those. All right, no huddle by Mariota. This will be a short pass to the right. Again, we're in this single high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so again, basically cover one, right? No, because he went in motion. Golly, the tackling, man, the tackling, the tackling. Looked like they've had this play pretty much well read, right? Pretty much. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 on 4. God, Max Crosby just shoves him to the side. Like it's nothing. Nothing. Again. And again, Conley, man, does a pretty good job, right? He sees the look. Look at how fast he gets this ball out again. Let me count. I didn't count. Here we go. One Mississippi, two Mississippi. Oh shit, the ball is out. Two Mississippi. Again, the ball is out, bro. 2 seconds. So, do you need 3.3 seconds to throw in the NFL and be successful? Do you need your offensive line to hold up that long? The answer is no. Only if you're trying to throw the ball 15 or 20 yards down the play every single time. Now, if you're trying to do that, you're not going to win very many ball games. But look at how fast he gets this ball out here in space, right? You got Max Crosby coming. You got Darnay Holmes up top. Nice read, nice coverage. You wait till Max Crosby gets deeper. Boom. Just well designed plays, man. Well designed play calling, well designed offensive schemes. So look, we didn't get our asses. I mean, we got our asses beat by the score. But again, this is a team that was in the NFC Championship. This is a team that is good at all aspects, right? Cliff Kingsbury was supposed to be our offensive coordinator, and he just he just kind of ran around Patrick Graham. It looks like to me. I mean, we had our plays, we had some good plays, right? But there's a lot of times where it was just miscommunication, or was it Patrick Graham just having guys out of place? I don't know, but a lot of miscommunication and big plays, man. Another screenplay. That one goes nowhere. Finally. So again, I think we held our own, man. We held Mariota to what, 200 or 198, less than 200 yards passing, or right at 200 yards passing, 200 yards rushing. Man, that's not a lot. That's not a lot. Most of our yards are on special teams, man. Look at Max Crosby in the backfield. This is dead to rights. Oh no, he's gonna keep it. Throw. How fast was that again? And one Mississippi, two Mississippi. Oh, the ball's out. I couldn't even get to 2 seconds, man. I couldn't even get to 2 seconds. So, if y'all think that our offensive line is trash, I think it's our scheme, bro. Because with a backup quarterback, a guy like Mariota, who's been in the league, bounced around, been a backup pretty much everywhere, never been a starter. But I believe in this system. If Jaden Daniels was hurt for the rest of the year, this team is still very, very, very hard to beat. They have a solid defense and a damn good offensive game plan, man. Their offensive game plan is nasty. Their defensive game plan, constant motion, right? Nobody set, pre-snap, pre-snap, moving at the last second, keeping guys guessing. Look at these formations, man. They got you got 4 by 1. Come on, man. What is this? College football? You got one, two, three. You got trips wide, running back, and then you got one man at the bottom. So, again, bro, you got 5 targets. You got 5 targets, which we got one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 defensive backs, right? 7 defensive backs on 5 targets. Where does this play end up? Okay, we got 6 defensive backs. We blitzed, but look at the time, bro. Look at the time he has to throw this ball. How much time is it? Let's break it down. Blue 52, blue 52. Huh. One Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi. Boom, balls out. Maybe a little longer, but damn good protection, man. Damn good protection. So, game planning. The game planning needs to be different. That's all I'm saying. I'm closing this. Um, that's all the film I got for today. I'm done with the film breakdown. But yeah, man. So that's what it is. That's what it do. The Bears. No, not the Bears. I understand we're all Raider fans here, but the truth, we're just not good. If the Raiders were your wife, you would have been got divorced, or at least a side chick. That's funny shit. Come on, man. We are not that bad, bro. We are not that bad. I don't know what is going on with my screen, but oh, I don't have to chat up. That's funny shit, bro. All right, man. If you think it's that bad, it is what it is. I just don't see us being that bad. Show on stream. There we go. Much better. All right. I was wondering what the hell was going on. I was on the full screen. It's funny shit. All right, what we got? What we got? Shout out to Dan Quinn. Get the rest of this chat. Rap in the building. Um, Chargers. I already got all that shit. I had it starred somewhere. Oh, there we go. Haha, Piano Man. LL. Piano Man is army of bolts bots. Fuck his team. LOL. Bring back fullback Jacoby Johnson. All right, man. That's the last thing we're gonna talk about, and that's all I got to say. But Kuntz needs to do better as well. Yeah, he hasn't even been on the field, but like 40 or like 53% of the snaps, bro. And you know, I don't know what's going on with that, but we paid this dude $12 million for 1 year. You need to get your fucking ass in gear. Yeah, the injury's over, bro. It's past. You're out there playing. Go get the quarterback, bro. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what this defensive line scheme is going on. Um, having these guys in coverage and shit is it's just absurd, bro. It's just absurd. But my final take is to make this team be what we want it to be. We have a lot of work. My guy Lawrence seems to think we're absolutely trash. 3 touchdowns by Tre Tucker. Three by Geno Smith. Yes, two were in garbage time, but it's the routes that we ran, the way Tre Tucker was open. If they would just run more routes where this man is using his speed to cook people in these little drag routes and these little crossing routes. I've never seen one crossing route in the Raiders in any of these games, right? I don't see tight ends, crossing, making people make decisions which way you're going to go, but I see people doing it to us constantly and us getting beat over and over and over again for it. So, man, we got to step up. We got to switch some things up. But if we want to open up this run game, we have JJ Pegues, who is inactive in short yard situations, right? We missed a fourth and one, 4th and 2 or whatever, running it with Dylan fucking Labe the other day, or on Sunday. Man, I love Dylan Labe. I was the biggest Dylan Labe fan. I talked about that kid. I've already said it a million times before anybody talked about Dylan Labe. But Dylan Labe is not a third down back. He's not a back that, the dude's been on the field like 10 times his whole entire NFL career, and probably 4 of those were, kickoff or punt returns. So that is not a dude. I don't know what's going on with this coaching staff, man. That is not a dude you put your faith in to get 2 yards. And, he came up 1 yard short. Zamir White. I seen maybe 2 carries, 3 carries, but one of them on the third down was a nice, good damn jump cut and, picked up 8 yards. So if we're gonna use Zamir White, can we use him on first down? Can we use him on second down? Because I think the pressure gets to him, man. If the pressure is on his shoulders to pick up a first down, I just don't think he has that dog mentality in him where he's, I'm gonna do everything for my team to pick up that first down. But I think first down, our third down, needs to be our 6th overall pick, Ashton Genty, if we do not, get Raheem Mostert back in the damn squad. But yeah, with all of that, man, I think there is upside to this team, right? We have Jack Besh, we have, Tre Tucker, who's been coming around. So there is upside. It's detail, 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 and trust the process, man. Trust the process. So don't give up on this team. We have a big uphill battle, but I believe we still have a long, long ways to go. And I think we're going to be competitive in a lot more of these games. I think we needed kind of, I'm going to say this. I think we kind of needed this game, right? We kind of needed a game where we just got blown out on all 3 phases. So we know where we're at, right? We know what we have to work on and what needs to be fixed very, very fast. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. The 48-hour rule is over. We are on to the Chicago Bears. So join me tomorrow as we break down some Chicago Bear plays and we talk about Chicago Bear football. Like, subscribe, follow, share the channel, man. Appreciate everybody rocking with your boy Raiders. Shout out for the $2 holler again. You are the king. Good night, everyone. Peace, much love. Love yourself. Love one another. Don't love yourself at the same time. That's bad. Protect yourself, your health, your family. And if you ever need to talk, man, hit up the hotline. Or, if you got a hot take about this trash offensive line or, our shitty quarterback or how horrible this whole entire team is, feel free to pop in there, voice your opinion, and get it played back over the air. And, we'll break it down. So, with that being said, much love, peace. I'm out. Raiders again. Good night.
For the 200th touchdown of his career. This is 189 touchdown reception in the Washington. and he does it a double elimination. 200. That is amazing. Yeah, they go and they kick and they dunk and they go for it, and you think they're not going to go deep because their backs can't go deep anymore. Then boom, they hit you with the deep one. They look to the second half to go to 2 touchdown. Just go on. Racing is on.